Well, Happy New Year, everyone. I hope that your year is off to a great start. Most of you probably know by now about our project of reading the Bible through in the course of a year together as a church. Well, we've begun this project with January 1st, and soon to follow we're going to get into our Bible studies and small groups, and we're going to continue to reinforce all of this reading. But I just wanted to offer a little bit of encouragement as we get into the beginning of these daily readings. I hope that you all are able to just follow along in the daily reading and not get so caught up in how daunting the task is. If we focus on each day as an individual day, I believe that we're going to be able to make it through. And all we're doing is just reading it. And then those three questions that we talked about. Number one is what does the text say? Literally, what does it say? And number two is, what is the text saying about God? And number three, what does the text say about me and my relationship with God? I want you to only focus on one verse out of that whole day's reading. Just focus on one verse as you answer those questions. So, for instance, I focused on my journal entry the other day. I focused on Genesis chapter 6, verse 6. And it said that God's heart was breaking. And so I answered the three questions on that one verse. So I hope that helps clarify just a little bit. And if you still have questions or concerns about it, please call me, send me an email, and maybe I can help clear them up. A second thing I wanted to talk with you about as we begin this new year is the out to the world part of this new beginning, where we as a church have an opportunity to serve in our community together on a given Sunday. Now, what we're going to do, it's going to be a little bit different than I explained in worship on Sunday. So if you were here in worship, I hope you listen again. What we're going to do is, just like we did on Christmas Eve and on Christmas morning and on New Year's morning, we gather together as one group for worship. We combined the 9:30 worship with the 11 o'clock worship. We had elements of both worship times in that one time of worship. What we're going to do is on the fifth Sundays of the months where there's a fifth Sunday, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to gather everyone together for worship at 9:30, and we're going to have a combined worship, a blended time of worship where we'll have the traditional worship blended with the modern worship, and we'll get to see people from the other times of worship, and we'll get to worship together as one body, get to worship together. And then those of us who are going to be able to go out into the community to serve together on that Sunday, we're going to commission them at the end of the worship time together. So we're going to have worship, and then we're going to be scattered out into the community to go and serve the community on that Sunday. And so we're not going to close the church. We're just going to gather for worship. We're going to have a time of worship, and then we're going to be sent out. So we're going to be gathered to scatter. And then we're going to hear about how God is using this time of getting into His Word to equip us to get out into His world. So I hope that you're as excited about this as I am. I do believe that this could be transformational, not only for us as individuals, but for us as a church, and really for this community. I believe that when God starts planting these seeds in our hearts, seeds from His Word, from the words of the Scriptures in the Old Testament, from the words of the Gospel to the words of Paul and the other epistles, I just think that there's no limits to what God is going to be able to do. So I hope that you are doing well this new year, and if you have questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to give me a call. I hope you all have a great rest of your week, and I look forward to seeing you on Sunday.